Calling this meeting to order, Monday, May 20th, 6 p.m. Crosby, could you do a roll call, please?
Mike.
Here.
Carolyn. Here. Craig.
Here.
Dale.
Here.
Crosby here. Jake.
Here.
Gail.
Here.
Eric.
Here. This is an open meeting and it has been posted. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please join me for a moment of silence. All right, thank you. If the board doesn't mind, I'd like to move things around, move the presentations up to the top of the agenda, if there's no objections, so our robotics teams can make their presentation. All right, robotics, you guys are up first. Welcome.
All right, thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to come in and present tonight. Students here have want to share news about their awesome season, and a little bit about the program, just for those who may not be aware. So we'll do some quick introductions, and then we'll roll into our presentation that we have here. My name is Brian Charles Jr. I'm one of the lead coaches for the robotics team. I'm also Mukwonago High School class of 2013 graduate, so I was a part of this team when I was in high school. I was a part of First Lego League at Rolling Hills Elementary School. I've been in First and the Mukwonago community for quite a long time here.
My name is Harrison Prochnow. I'm a current junior at MHS, and I acted as a sub-lead for the programming team this last season.
My name is Amanda Esmeyer. I'm a sophomore at Mukwonago High School, and I was the strategy lead on the team this year.
Hello, my name is Stefan Rader. I'm a sophomore, and I'm a fabrication team member on Team 930.
I'm Matt Champa. I'm a current senior at MHS, and I was the design lead this year on Team 930.
I'm Anthony Witt, and I'm a current junior, and I was the business lead on Team 930 this year. All right, to start us off, we are the Mukwonago Bears, also known as Team 930 by First Robotics Competition, otherwise known as FRC. You might hear us pronounce it like that further in the presentation. We were founded in 2002, and we have 30 students, 19 adult mentors as of 2024. Team 930 is a year-round program with our competition season starting in January and going all the way up until April. This means that we build our robot during the first couple months, and then we actually go to competitions during the second half of that, going anywhere from Houston, Texas to our own Milwaukee Panther Arena. And then after April, summer and fall are taken up by our off-season events, which includes outreach and competitions held by teams. We hold our own competition. You might know it as MROC. And then after the off-season starts, we go into our preseason, which acts as our student training. And it just goes in a constant loop. So that's more about us. Here's Matt on the game.
I apologize, our internet's a little slow here, guys, so I'm sure the presentation's great. It just needs to catch up. Bear with me for a second here, okay?
All right, so each year, First presents a brand new game to all the First teams. So this year's game was called Crescendo, and this robot you see here was built for that game. This year's game consisted of shooting those rings you see, those orange rings, into a high goal at each end of the field, as well as a low goal that can be used to amplify points. Every time you score 2 times in the low goal, it increases the value of your points in the high goal, which is a big part of like our strategy side of Versus Robotics. You'll see when the video starts that the alliances are composed of 3 robots, a red and a blue alliance. These alliances work together to score as many points as possible and win the match. So you can see when we start here, our robot is in the bottom right-hand corner. You'll see right out of start, the game starts with 15 seconds of autonomous mode, which means there are no drivers, there's no people controlling these robots. It's all pre-programmed by our programming team. And you see here, we run to the center line, pick up notes, and attempt to score them into the speaker, as well as our alliance partners. And then right out of auto, we immediately run and pick up a note with our intake that scores out that is from the ground up into the shooter. You see here where the note is now. And you see we're scoring into the logo in the back. We'll do that 3 times. And then our human player, who you can kind of see up above the red box there, will press a button, and that will amplify our goal to increase the value of our points in the higher goal. So here, we'll pick it up, and then we're gonna amp it again. And then we'll proceed to shoot. While that's happening, you'll see our alliance partners going back and forth to the field. Some of them are coming back to shoot, but some of them are staying over there and feeding notes to our side of the field to help give us extra pieces to score. You'll see it's right there, we're scoring about 4 notes right there. So a little bit about our robot. You can see that up over here. We have a shooter, an intake, and a pivot. So each of these pieces of robot work together to score as many points as possible. So our pivot, or our turret, rotates around about 270 degrees to give us full range of motion and allow our shooter to turn any which way to allow us to score as many points as possible. With that, to give us some extra flexibility, our turret can move up and down on rotation to help us be able to shoot from different distances, right? And our programming sub-team is able to use that to allow us to shoot from anywhere on the field. So yeah, along with programming, we use cameras. You can see some of them down on like the base of the robot, like little black boxes. That is used to see these little tags on the field. And you see a little bit of them on the screen. They're little like QR codes, and those are used by the cameras to determine the location of the robot in the field. So at any given moment, the robot knows where it is, which is what allows the turret and the shooter to actually know where to shoot and aim and how high or low to aim the pivot. And see, as endgame rolls around, the last 30 seconds is endgame, you'll see some of these robots are actually climbing on this chain, and that is how you get extra points at the end of the game. So you can see a little bit here. So this turret is able to span about 270 degrees, which is what gives us the ability to shoot from anywhere, no matter where we rotated. As well as that, like I mentioned, this part of the robot can move up and down to give us extra range versus just a fixed position. And then you'll see the note comes out through here to get into the goal, and comes up through the back of the robot using some rollers to get into the shooter.
We'll fire one out. Let's see it.
That way.
Can you ring it around, Craig?
Yep, it'll come up through here, and if we had a battery here, we could shoot it, but fortunately we did not.
Very good.
If you stood there, they could do like a head toss.
Right.
Over the season, we attend like 2 to 3 regionals. These are what lets us use show what our work has paid off for. We went to the Lake Superior Regional, which is up in Duluth. It was a rocky regional for us, but it really allowed us to see the full potential of our robot, and it showed how with enough effort, we'll be able to compete with some of the top teams out there. We're just gonna glance over the Wisconsin Regional. We'll get to that in a little bit. The Midwest Regional was definitely one of our more difficult regionals. There were teams from 6 other countries there, all in Chicago. We faced a lot of fierce competition, and we did pretty well at that competition. And it was really just to help us gauge like where we would fit in the like global scale of like power with our robot, and it really helped us prepare for our championship. And then next slide for the Wisconsin Regional.
So where we found our most success was at the Wisconsin Regional, which was at the Panther Arena in Milwaukee. And this regional was, it was a testament to all the hard work that we had put into the season. Last year, if you remember, we went on and won 2 regional competitions, and this was our 3rd regional win in 2 years. So we went, and our first kind of success at this regional, the first day, our mentor, Brian, over there, won the Woody Flowers Finalist Award, which is the most prestigious award for a mentor to win. So just attests to his hard work that he's put in for years since he's been in the program. Our next success at this competition was we went with our alliance partners in the elimination rounds, and we went to win the whole regional. So our nice little shiny trophy that we have right here, we got a nice blue banner for that as well. And then our final success at this regional, we won the most prestigious award in FIRST. It's called the First Impact Award. The banner up here is that award, and it basically attests to all of the community outreach that we do in our community, the impact that we've made on the younger generation, and ultimately everybody in our community. It was the first time our team has won that award in our 23 years. So it was a really, really cool experience, especially to be able to win it in our home regional in Milwaukee. So we won all 3 of these awards. It was the 23rd time in FRC history that people were able to win 3 awards at a single competition. And we went true blue, or getting all of the banners at one competition. So, and after that, after our Midwest Regional, we went to the Houston Championships.
After the Wisconsin Regional double qualified us for the Houston Championship, we got to qualify with 600 FRC teams, all in Houston from around the world, everyone who qualified at the regional competitions. We managed to come 3rd in our division of 80 teams, and we won the Innovation and Controls Award for our division, which is the first time that we've actually won a judged award at Champs, the championship.
How tall is that guy right there? He's always playing Hummer, you know? It's all good.
So as you heard from Amanda a couple minutes ago, we won our first Impact Award at the Wisconsin Regional. That requires many things. That requires us to not only do outreach during the off-season and preseason, as I talked about earlier, but that requires us to document that outreach through pictures and letters and signatures and everything like that. And it also forces us, not forces us, but we are required to make a presentation, which me, Amanda, and someone else who wasn't here all went in front of 3 FRC judges, and we presented our First Impact Award, I guess, nomination. Along with that, we have to make a video, which we'll be playing soon, which will be, if we win, plays after we are announced for the award, and that shows some of the outreach that we do in even further detail than what I just described to you. So yeah, we can play that.
For 23 years, Team 930 has been a leading force in FIRST. We impact not just our local community, but communities across the globe.
In the past 3 years, we have started 8 FLL teams and mentored 11. This year, our regional was the largest in the state with 36 teams. Team 930 members have put over 1,300 volunteer hours into the success of our events. During competitions, Team 930 ran robot demos where 914 FLL students and attendees observed our FRC robot. During this demo, 440 kids drove and fed game pieces to our robot.
We share our knowledge to others through presenting workshops to teams in our community. We have facilitated over 35 workshops in order to share our expertise with others. We cover every aspect of the FIRST experience, from workshops targeted towards rookies to more advanced topics like vision processing and project management.
Our initiative Bear Bites started in 2021 as a programming Discord server and has grown into a global program with 162 teams from 8 countries interacting online as well as in their pits. Bear Bites allows teams to ask and answer each other's questions at any time throughout the channels in the Discord server during the competition season. At competitions, teams use Bear Bites to reach out for help for any problems that may arise.
Team 930 empowers women in STEAM through our Sweet Next chapter, Sweet Bears. Since 2022, we have hosted 3 events for Scouts to earn robotics badges. During our Girl Scout event, 24 girls learned engineering processes and programming skills where they then showcased what they learned. 24 girls and boys earned similar merit badges at our Boy Scouts of America event. A total of 122 badges have been earned, with all students gaining future exposure to FIRST through interacting with our robots.
Starting in 2022, we have hosted the Mukwonago Robotics Off-Season Competition. In just the 2 years since its creation, MROC has held 41 teams from 3 states, with a total of 1,300 attendees. At MROC, we host workshops, a team social, and a full tournament. At the event, we host an annual donation drive of school supplies with the help of attendees. In 2 years, we've been able to donate 2 50-gallon tubs and 39 backpacks.
In the past 3 years, Team 930 has hosted 7 week-long robotics summer camps for 4th through 8th graders. In the introductory camp, kids construct and program Lego robots and build teamwork skills. In the advanced camp, kids solve more complex projects and build their skills using Python. We've taught 130 kids from 13 school districts across Wisconsin at these camps, and 930 students have dedicated over 840 hours to running the camps in the past 3 years. We also demoed our robot to 125 kids and parents who attended our camps.
Team 930 shows how Wisconsin strives to leave an impact on the world of FIRST.
Team 930 is how we strive for inclusion and opportunities, no matter the cause.
Team 930 is how communities become connected.
Team 930 has made me into a leader of tomorrow.
Yeah, so as you saw there were plenty of people from this presentation that were in the video. That goes into detail on our outreach. So, on to the next slide then.
For 23 years, Team 930 has been
So one of the real cool things about Team 930 is that many of the Mukwonago alumni from Team 930 go on to continue in the program for many years. I know as Brian mentioned, he is an alumni of Team 930 and Mukwonago, as well as that you can see up there on top left is Abby Esmeyer, who was a senior last year and is currently a student at MSOE and is currently continuing to help our team even after she graduated from high school. At the bottom left, you can see Ryder from Ben Dixon, who's currently mentoring a team up in Stout and by Eau Claire, and they actually made it to the finals at the Wisconsin Regional this year, which is pretty cool, and we played against them. And on the right there, you can see Alexis Wangard, who actually mentored a rookie team, a first-year team, to the World Championships, and actually won the World Championship this year. So which is pretty cool. As well as that, there's also numerous other NHS alumni who have continued mentoring our team, as well as many other teams around the U.S. Yeah.
So at our at our building, we have a build space where we put together the field for the year. You can see it's made out of wood, but it still gives us a very good representation of what the game is going to be. It gives Matt, our driver, a chance to practice with the robot before we get on the field. It also gives programming a chance to run autonomous paths or work with the field and the April tags before we get out on the field at an actual competition. And 7 other teams from Mukwonago actually came into Mukwonago to use that space before the competition season and during it.
So we're just want to mention that we are very appreciative of the school district, the school board, for helping to support us with the building rent. It has really made a world of difference. We moved in there last year, January, and if you look at just our team's success, the last 2 years having a full-size practice space compared to before that, it's a night and day difference. It really is, the difference between having your basketball team practicing out in the driveway versus, out on a real court. And yeah, we really want to just highlight how effective it is. the 7 other teams from, all the way out in Eau Claire, Racine, Whitewater that are driving out to Mukwonago to come use our space because they don't have a full-size field available. It's super impactful for us.
And then looking ahead, we did mention that we are a full year-long program. So after our very successful season, we don't end. We don't have a formal summer break. We continue meetings all summer long. One of the main things we do in the summer, some of our outreach initiatives, is we host Mukwonago's Robotics Off-Season Competition, or MROC. This year, MROC is July 20th and 21st. It's a family event, so anybody in the community is invited. Bring your family, bring your friends. If anybody wants to see some cool robots, it's not like a full regional experience, but it's the closest you can get in the off season. So if any of you are curious to what some of this looks like, it's completely open to the public. It's free. So we also host Girl Scout and Boy Scout events where the Girl Scouts, they earn 3 robotics badges, and the Boy Scouts are able to earn 2 robotics badges. This is our 3rd summer hosting this event. This is June 22nd and 23rd. It's a great way to get some younger kids and some younger Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts into the first program, and hopefully have them join our FLL teams in the fall. We also do Lego Robotics summer camps, so these are, again, some younger kids that join our FLL programs. Before this, we have them interested. If they like Legos, come build Legos with us. And we have basically mini versions of robots that are made out of Legos, and we teach them how to program them on these big boards, and they can do different missions and play with Legos and stuff. So this year it's July 29th through August 9th, and we host that every summer. So very excited, a pretty full summer for us. But yeah, that basically concludes our presentation. If any of you have any questions.
Real quick, just to wrap up, and then obviously we can definitely take questions. The on-the-field success is awesome to see, right? If you knew anything about our robotics team, you've probably heard like, oh, they're a good team. So you're probably used to a good robot going out there winning regionals, and certainly that's a great part of it. But also, as you heard the students say, the First Impact Award is the most prestigious award in FIRST. That's held higher than the on-the-field success. And it's all those things you heard in the video, all of the camps, the merit badges, going out to different schools, being at National Night Out, all of those things, that's the real impact of FIRST and of Team 930. And so I'm so proud of the team to have earned the First Impact Award. It's something that when I was a student on the team, it was just a pipe dream. It was just like, oh yeah, we're never going to be one of those teams that that has all the people or has all the things to do it. And so to come now to that point and to have the impact that we have, and to continue looking for new ways to grow it with new events, growing things, getting more of the community involved in these, it's very, very exciting. So definitely appreciate the opportunity to come present to you guys, and would gladly take any questions at this time for the students, myself, anybody.
Tom?
So 2 things here. One, congratulations on winning the Woody Flowers Award.
Yes, the Woody Flowers Finalist Award.
Who controlled the robot during the first video that we watched when the robots were going head-to-head against Team 125?
I was the driver for the entire 2024. Yeah, I was the driver for the 2024 season. So.
What are your nerves like? I would imagine that there's like a lot of responsibility that you have right there. So what's that like?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a nerve-wracking experience, but it's also pretty fun. I think back to like, as a driver, you kind of put the team on your shoulders. Obviously it's a team effort to build their robot, get the competition, and work on it like in the pits. But on the field, it's pretty much just you kind of bringing it all together on the field. So it's pretty fun, but it's also definitely very nervous, also very rewarding.
Is it like NASCAR at all, where your coach is telling you things in the moment? You don't have to answer that.
Usually pretty on together. So.
Bert's?
So congratulations, great season, great 10 years, or how long's it been? 20 years? How long's it been? Awesome. So how do you keep raising the bar? It's set pretty high. How do you keep raising that bar? Give it to the marketing guy.
So we raise that bar every year by setting goals. During the preseason that I mentioned earlier, we always get together as a full team. We do it off-site, and we discuss the goals for the upcoming season. So our goals this season included things like win first impact, like get 5 blue banners, stuff like that. And every year, since we're able to, run the things that we do and do the stuff that we're able to do with robots, with outreach, with MROC, we try and see how much further we can go. Like MROC this year is going to be 3 years old. We started that because we wanted to raise the bar for everybody, not just us. And those goals are a part of it. Everybody's interests are taken into play, and everybody tries to do their best to lift us up, but also lift up all the other teams. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Sure. Thank you.
I think when you mentioned the rented space, I'm glad you brought that up. I think that's a missing piece that I think our community should know of how much effort goes into the fundraising you have to do for your rented space and for your robotics team. Would you be able to touch on that quickly with that, please?
That's also me.
Nice.
As the business lead, I work a lot with the sponsors. So I go during the preseason, and we have a thing called Sponsor Day. And since I've been business lead, I've been extending it to Sponsor Week, and then I think I'm just going to make it Sponsor Preseason, so that we can extend our reach to everybody as much as we can. Because as much as it's a sponsorship and they're giving us money, we do want to keep a partnership. But the fundraising part, we do fundraisers. So for MROC, we do concessions, and for the Lego robotics competitions that we hold, we also do fundraisers. And we work with the sponsors, and all of those create a budget that totals to about $50,000, which allows for our team members to have hands-on experience to something that is almost just as akin to a real-life business as they can get to without working for like Walmart or something. So yeah, our fundraising process is very rigorous, and it is very thorough because we want to recreate the experience as much as we possibly can.
Awesome, thank you.
Good answer.
Any other questions, Carolyn?
So with your, the people that are helping you out, the team leaders and the volunteers that are helping, do you have volunteers that specialize in all different aspects of it? So I'm assuming you have robotics specialists, people that have done this before, marketing people, business people. Who's helping you?
For sure. So as we said, we do have a lot of mentors on the team, and they all kind of specify in their certain sub-teams. So on the team, we have some sub-teams. So we have like the electromechanical side, which builds the robot. We have our programming side of the team, our strategy side of the team, and then business. Those are our 4 main aspects of our team. And then we have mentors to go along with that as well. So we have 2 kind of head mentors, and then all of the other mentors kind of specialize, yeah, that's it, in different forums and in those sub-teams, and then work with the kids through that as well. So, yeah.
And the adult mentors, I think, is really what sets up the first robotics competition apart from other technical extracurriculars. It really is, when I was a student on the team, working side by side with some of my adult mentors, just getting that learning opportunity, getting to problem solve with a real engineer who also doesn't know the answer, right? It's not like you're sitting down and they know it and they're just gonna force you to struggle through it to learn it to prove a point. Part of the cool thing is that we're all learning together, and so that's something that as one of the head coaches, like, I try to instill with our mentors and with the students alike, is it's we're all learning here together. So obviously the mentors bring in that background of business, of technical education, of we've got some folks that have been in the machine shops working on airplanes before that are able to bring that and give those hands-on skills relayed down to the students. But it's also just the problem solving together, students and adults alike, that I think really makes it, that makes all the mentors come back, right? We're all learning together, everybody's getting something out of it.
Awesome. Any other questions or comments?
I just want to say thank you for representing Mukwonago.
great
Such
job.
I mean,
Thank
you guys
you,
are
guys.
fabulous.
Outstanding, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate the opportunity.
We'll just give them a second to clear up, and then we'll move on to citizens' comments. I don't know. No. Okay.
That red Toyota.
All right.
That red Toyota you got out there, Ed.
We're going to go up to recognition. We're going to do the introduction of the Director of Student Learning and the Associate High School Principals.
Thank you, Mr. Porter. So would Angela, Megan, and Deb please come up to the table? So we are honored to introduce to you tonight Mrs. Angela Little, coming to us from the Cedarburg School District, Thorson Elementary School. She will be our next Director of Student Learning. We have Miss Megan Jelinek, who is a special education teacher at Section Elementary School, who is going to really help us with our special education services at the high school and overall leadership. And Miss Deb Paradowski, who's coming to us from the Arrowhead Schools as an associate high school principal, brings a vast experience as a high school associate principal in leadership for MHS. So Stephanie, if there's anything you want to add.
Yeah, I guess I would just add, we had, again, a pool of 50 candidates for the associate principal, and I am so proud and incredibly excited to have a future working with Deb and Megan. Really excited and think that, that you are all going to hear really good things from the high school next year.
Awesome. It has been nice since our three now employees, administrators, leaders have been selected. They have been in the district already as part of meetings. They've had an opportunity to plan for MHS. Angela has been here to meet with the team. She knows she has very big shoes to fill, but she's already taken the initiative to come down and really get started with us. So we feel very fortunate.
Awesome. Welcome to the team.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome.
Glad you shed the red.
She did the other day say us already, meaning us, which was good.
Are there any questions before we get?
Any questions, comments?
Welcome,
All
Mukwonago.
Welcome. Thank you.
Excited to have you. All right. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, moving on to the student rep report.
Tonight, Kyle and Kylie will come forward and give us their final student rep report. Having had the opportunity to meet with them last June, right at the end of the school year at MHS, to work with them monthly on board agendas, making sure that they have a good understanding of what we have on the agenda, what the meeting is going to be like, but then also to hear their ideas and see what they put together for us each month has been great. I truly appreciate their insights. It's helped me as a new superintendent, new to the school district, to understand particularly the workings of the high school from the student's perspective. So, guys, take it away.
Blink of an eye.
I know,
End of the
right?
school year.
It went
Crazy.
fast. Well, yeah, thank you. So we're going to start off with Mukwonago High School. The Global Scholars Program hosted a virtual guest speaker, Will McGinnis, co-founder of Haiti Made. He talked about the challenges of starting and running an orphanage and entrepreneurship programs in Haiti. As well as that, Global Scholar students also organized 2 different service projects in the past month. One group organized a thrift shop through donations of clothing and then selling them, and was able to raise over $1,000 for children suffering from the war in Yemen. The second group of students organized a school supply drive at the high school, middle school, elementary schools, and community locations. They dropped the donations off at the Develop Africa Collection Center in Tennessee earlier this month. Then on April 25th, students in Mr. Kruger's Intro to Programming and Exploring Computer Science courses were allowed to program the LED lights on the side of the Hone Bridge in downtown Milwaukee. Students spent the weeks before the event being mentored by the executive director of the Light the Hone organization to create light shows with a story related to Mukwonago. I also want to say congratulations to Evelyn S. She's actually here tonight with us. She was selected to be on the Youth Advisory Board for the National Save Promise Club through the Sandy Hook Promise organization. Evelyn will be one of 12 students throughout the U.S. who will be on the board. Since 2018, Mukwonago High School has been the only school in the nation with a student on the Youth Advisory Board every year. I'm thankful to be one of those students myself, and I know Evelyn will be great following me. Mukwonago High School continues to be the longest active Save Club in the nation as well, with over 16 plus years. Key Club has been working hard all year to help our community in as many ways as possible. We have 120 members this year participating in over 90 service opportunities throughout the year. These kids are wonderful ambassadors for our school and district.
Moving on to Parkview Middle School. Parkview Middle School's musical this year was Mary Poppins. They had record attendance at their performances and over 70 students involved in the show. Congratulations on a great performance to everyone involved. The student government held its annual coin war and raised over $2,700 to help disabled American veterans. Great job to all the homerooms that participated. Thank you to all the 8th graders who are guides for their current 6th graders as they took a tour, had lunch, and listened to a presentation at the middle school. PVMS would like to celebrate their nurses, Trish Heller and Noelle Mengi, and thank them for all their hard work in keeping students and staff healthy and cared for. PVMS has been recognized as a Project Lead the Way Distinguished School for the 6th consecutive year. Parkview Middle School is one of just 218 middle schools across the entire United States and only one of just 13 middle schools in Wisconsin to receive this honor. Parkview Middle School students can enroll in 7 different Project Lead the Way classes, including Design and Modeling, Automation and Robotics, App Creators, Computer Science, Flight and Space, Green Architecture, and Medical Detectives.
Now for Prairie View Elementary. Prairie View hosted their band, orchestra, and singing club concert on Wednesday, May 8th. It is amazing to see the talent that students have accrued in a few short years in band and orchestra. Thank you to Ms. Zakutansky Clark, Ms. Ryan, and Mr. Robertson for all of their hard work and dedication to preparing students for this event. They also hosted their color run. They're looking forward to hosting a color run this month. The Prairie View families have been incredibly generous through their donations over the past year, and we have raised over $20,000 from the color run alone. The proceeds will go towards a new playground that is being installed this summer.
Moving on to SOAR. SOAR students continued their research on chick development and observed how chicks hatch and grow. SOAR students continued to assist the food pantry and are a lot of help each and every week. And a group of students visited Peeper Power to learn about career opportunities.
For Rolling Hills Elementary, Rolling Hills welcomed nearly 50 graduating seniors back to celebrate during the senior send-off on May 15th. They are so happy and proud of all their graduates. They would like to extend their best wishes for future success. We would also like to thank Craig Wirtz, Stephanie Blue, Rachel Herman, and Ben Casau for sharing their time with us and coming to be their guest readers during our One Book, One School activities this week. The students and staff appreciate all you do as you take time out of your busy schedules to read with us.
Moving on to Clarendon, they would like to congratulate Danica, Marion, and Henry for being Clarendon's 6th grade Kiwanis Students of the Year. Clarendon's High Interest Day was hosted by the PTG and is one of the students' favorite events of the year. The hard work done by the PTG allowed the event to run smoothly. Clarendon celebrated their staff with treats, breakfast, and a prize wheel, along with a new laminator for the teachers. Clarendon's Senior Tea allowed for them to celebrate the graduating seniors who went to elementary school there. They wish them all the best in their futures.
Then we had a STEM Forward contract competition. The elementary ALP teachers, Sue Sterner, Melissa Barton, and Nicole Wilson, and students from Big Bend, Clarendon, Prairie View, Rolling Hills, and Section, competed on Friday, May 10th at MSOE in Contrapt, Wisconsin, STEM Forward's middle school contraption competition. This year's theme was Roll the Dice. Students needed to create a contraption that ends with a dice being rolled in 14 or more steps using 5 or 6 simple machines. We had 3 teams from Mukwonago that placed or won special awards. The Four Seasons team took 4th place, the Gold Fishes won the Risk Special Award, and the Aquanauts won Best Presentation.
Moving on to Big Bend Elementary, they would like to highlight the huge turnout for their art show and their spring band and orchestra concert. They had perfect weather for their sports day, which was a lot of fun for students, and their hands-on learning in their library was also a favorite for students.
For Section Elementary, teachers Caitlin Williams and Julie Bennett, with support from the PTG, began a garden club at Section. Thanks to the efforts of the garden club to beautify the school, newly planted flowers will adorn the front of the building. Long-term goals of the club include a butterfly garden, hydroponics, and a raised vegetable garden. Then, on the evening of May 9th, the 4th grade orchestra, along with the 5th and 6th grade band and orchestra, performed the end-of-the-year concert at Section. The highlight of the show was the final song and the theme from Star Wars, performed by the combined band and orchestra ensemble. Many thanks to Dale Weimer and Caitlin Ryan for their efforts to put this concert together. On the afternoon of Wednesday, May 15th, Section welcomed back the class of 2024 as well to congratulate them on their upcoming graduation. The seniors paraded through the building and playground to the applause of Section students. Seniors also had the opportunity to connect with their kindergarten buddies from their 6th grade year at Section.
Moving on to Eagleville. Eagleville's 3rd annual Maker Fair showcased products anywhere ranging from food items to cutting boards and beyond. Students had a great time and enjoyed the profits of their work. Families enjoyed eating lunch outside with their kids as they joined them for lunch this past week. The PTO sponsored books for students, so each student could have $10 worth of books. And their student council raised money for their sister school in Guatemala to purchase books as well. On Earth Day, in true Eagleville fashion, students helped to clean up Eagleville and the surrounding neighborhood. Students were also able to harvest the mushrooms they had been growing and eat them. Moving on to student concerns, the amendment to policy 0141.1. And then we would just like to have a quick send-off message as a thank you for our time spent here this year. I would like to take a moment to thank you all for this opportunity, and this year has allowed me to become more connected with the entire school district and experience what is happening in Mukwonago firsthand. It was great being able to work very closely with many staff members and being involved in our school board meetings. As this is my last meeting as the school board student representative, I just wanted to express my excitement for the new representative system that will be starting in place next year. I hope you all take advantage of this new system to hear the views of students from all over the district. The voices of our students are crucial to this district, and I hope that you all can make the most out of your interactions with each and every student who wants to be heard. Once again, thank you all for this opportunity and for allowing me to represent my school district and fellow students.
I also wanted to kind of reiterate that. Thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to serve as a student representative for the Mukwonago School Board. It has been enlightening to witness firsthand the dedication and work of teachers, district staff members, and more who work endlessly to ensure Mukwonago School District provides quality education and opportunities for its students. I do think it is imperative that we continue to reevaluate the role of student representatives. Currently, our main task is to compile a series of responses for the district board report, and I love that we are able to highlight the school district's successes. I do also think that true collaboration includes integrating student perspectives into decision-making processes, so I thank you for continuing the student rep program and working with that. I look forward to hopefully seeing how this role can evolve for the better to serve our students and community, a role that embodies the term representation. Again, thank you for this opportunity. It was a stepping stone to furthering my education and was eye-opening in more ways than just one. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Evelyn, congratulations on what you're doing with Satan. That's awesome. Good job.
Yes, congrats.
Congratulations.
Did we announce that?
No, they did. All right, moving on to consent agenda. We're looking for the approval of the committee of the whole meeting minutes and the approval of vouchers and receipts. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, consent agenda is approved. Moving on We don't have any policy. Moving on to personnel topics.
So last week, I presented an update on the support staff handbook, and I have that coming to you a little bit later tonight for a recommendation to adopt.
All right. Any questions? All right, thank you. Moving on to student learning topics.
Information was presented on the March Man trip to Indianapolis, which will be in action items. I do have a couple answers that were asked at that time. Dustin Lehman was here to give an update on education for employment for our CTE program and our college and career readiness. And an update was given for both the 7-12 science curriculum and pilot, and then also for ELA resources to be piloted.
Moving on to student service topics.
Last time I brought to you an update on the Rural Behavioral Health Institute with the hopes of also having some representation from Montana joining us. Next time, I'm hoping to have them here in person and technology that's working.
All right, thank you. Up next, finance and facility topics.
All right, so we covered obviously the debt defeasance that we did all in last meeting there, so we were able to knock that out here. But just in terms of review, we talked about the 23-24 budget, looked at actuals, the expected, and where we're at with that, and I shared my concerns and ultimately where we're going to land this ship at when the books are closed. So I feel like we're in good shape.
Thank you. Up next on the agenda is action items, hires, retirements, and resignations.
All right, so we have the following people who were offered a contract for the following school year. Owen Butenhoff, who was offered a teaching position at Section Elementary School. Deanna Kulau, who was offered a position to teach choir and general music at the high school and the middle school. It's a traveling position. Jacob Ruff, who is a technology and engineering teacher, offered a position at the high school. Nicholas Wiley, who was offered a special education teaching position also at the high school. Shay Walzak, who was offered a 6th grade teaching position at Big Bend Elementary. And then Sarah Parson, who was offered a teaching position at Parkview and Mukwonago High School teaching Spanish. We received resignation notices from Julia Niels, the Dean of Students at Parkview Middle School, effective June 2nd, 2024. And then Allie Odell, a language arts teacher at Parkview Middle School, whose resignation was effective May 14th, 2024.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the new hires and resignations.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the hires, retirements, and resignations. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Number 2, support staff handbook.
So I've presented this a few times. We are at the point where we feel like we've solicited feedback, we've made the necessary revisions, and we are looking for a motion to adopt this as our support staff handbook.
I'll make a motion to accept the
Second. Sorry.
the employment, the handbook supports for support staff.
You threw me off, Fritz. You usually just say I'll make a motion.
I'm sorry? What's that?
I said you threw me off.
Oh, okay.
Because you
You
usually
wanna make a
say I
motion?
make a motion.
Oh,
No,
okay. She
I
second.
second.
All right, we have a motion and second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Moving on to number 3, before and after care.
All right, so as I reported at the last meeting last week, we're making a recommendation that we continue on with our before and after care as it currently is. So that would be the YMCA would be the before and after care provider at Prairie View Elementary and Big Bend Elementary. And at the other 4 elementary schools, Kids Connection would continue to lead those.
I make a motion to move forward with the recommendations for before and after care.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion carries. Number 4, marching band extended field trip.
So looking for action for an extended trip proposal for Indianapolis, Indiana, for our marching band to go down and attend the Drum Corps International Finals competition. I was asked by a board member at the last meeting what else they would be doing while they were there. According to Emma Angeli, they will also be seeing the musical Legally Blonde while they're there in a theater. And then they're going to be going to White River State Park to do some hiking and visit a historic military park there and go to the Indianapolis Zoo.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the extended field trip proposal for the high school band.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the marching band extended field trip. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Motion carries. We're moving on to the superintendent's report.
So we have reached what I would call the home stretch of the school year. A few weeks left with our students. Today, had a great experience at MHS. Andy Trudell and the coaches put together a program at the high school for the Scholar Athlete program. So all the Scholar Athlete recipients from the freshman through senior class were in the West Gym this afternoon, this morning during the flex period, where they were presented with a variety of awards, from their letters, from awards for four-year athletes. There were some scholarships presented. Wonderful opportunity that Andy and his staff provided, but just a tremendous acknowledgement of the success of our student athletes. If I had to ballpark, there were over 300 kids in the gym, all eligible for the award. It wasn't a come and see and support. It wasn't for all students, but it looked like over 300 students representing the variety of classes there. FOMA offered 5 scholarships, the Friends of Mukwonago Athletics. I'd like to thank them for doing that. The United States Marine Corps presented 2 students, a male student and a female student, with a United States Marine Corps Scholar Athlete Award, which was a great acknowledgement. In talking to the gentleman who was there, they work throughout the schools across the state, across the country, and they just appreciate the fact that our door is open for them to interact with our students, have a chance to talk to our kids, and then reciprocating that just by being there to present that award today was great. I'd like to thank Nick Redinger for presenting Sam Burge with a citation from the state legislature for her success in gymnastics this past year, winning the state championship in 2 events at the state tournament. It was great having a chance to sit down and talk to Nick, and with his background, with his family's background, with education, just talking through the school year and seeing where things were at. It was really a nice opportunity. As the postcards have hit mailboxes for the community survey, we've had some citizens reach out. Really appreciate the engagement and the opportunity to talk people through the survey and what we're talking about in there. We know that some people are in support, some people are against any movement forward with this, but it's been great to engage our citizens. So if there are individuals out there who are listening tonight, we're happy to talk. Tom and I are available. Our information is on the website, and we're happy to have any conversation with anyone. We're also willing to open up the doors at Parkview to take people through so that they can see what we're talking about. They can put their eyes on the school, see some of the areas of work, and see some of the limitations of the building. And then just a special thank you at this time of the year for our teachers, our aides, our students, our parents, our bus drivers, the lunch staff, our custodial staff. With the end of the year comes a lot of special events at school. It leads to a level of excitement out of our students. It takes things a little bit out of our normal pace, but everybody is just doing a wonderful job. I had the opportunity to be at Big Bend last Friday for their field day, to see all of the kids outside. The full engagement, from sweating to the water to the eye black to keep the sun off. It was a great time seeing an elementary school that engaged in a fun event to celebrate the school year and wind things down. So thank you to everybody who's putting that extra effort in, especially our parents. Having 4 kids this time of year, we're having to give that little bit extra nudge to get things going in the morning or get them to do their homework at night, and we just appreciate everybody's efforts right now.
Thank you. I just want to give a special thanks out to our student reps again, all the time and effort you put in. You showed a lot of passion. Special thanks to Kylie, and I think a lot of people can learn from you as well. we ran into each other a lot after this policy was passed, and I know how passionate you are and how much you disagreed with it. I think one of the qualities people can learn from you is no matter how many times we ran into each other, we always had good conversations, laughs, smiles. You didn't hold that like personally against me or anybody else. I think it's a quality even adults can learn these days, that you can disagree and still move on. So congratulations and good luck to your futures. All right, up next we have our quarterly citizens' comments. None? All right, we are gonna move on to executive session, according to Wisconsin Statute 19.85. We're gonna be discussing our Clarendon Elementary School principal, Big Bend Elementary principal, administrator contract, and discussing compensation for hourly employees and teaching staff. Take a motion to close the closed session and go into closed session.
I make a motion that we close open session and go into closed session.
Second.
Motion and a second. Crosby, do roll call, please.
Crosby, yes. Mike?
Yes.
Jake?
Yes.
Gail?
Yes.
Dale?
Yes.
Eric?
Yes.
Vito? Not here, sorry. Carolyn?
Yes.
Craig?
Yep. All right, we're gonna go into closed session and we will reconvene to open session if there's
Yes.
Here. Are we live? All right. We are back into open session at 8:31. We are looking for a motion to approve 2 new principals, one for Clarendon Elementary School, Brandy Hart, and Big Bend Elementary School, Greg Burton.
I make a motion to approve both.
I'll second.
We have a motion and second. Any questions or comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no.
No. I mean, aye.
Motion carries. Now we're looking for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All in favor say aye.